Uh, Nothing feels better than looking down at Kakariko Village as the sun rises over the horizon and the sound of crickets and birds and animals and the rooster crowing in the morning and the cow mooing in the background. Hello everybody and welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I am your host, XFAngel98. And last time, we completed the Dodongo's Cavern and received the Spiritual Stone of Fire from Darunia. This time, we've been specifically tasked with going, or we were told, rather, to go up Death Mountain to go and see the Great Fairy at the top, as she may be able to give us something worthwhile. First, however, let me double check. Yep, we have enough. We are going to actually head back into town, back into Kakariko Village, because there is a few things that, now that we have bombs, like a proper bomb bag and bombs, there are a few things we can complete, and one of them is in Lost Woods, but another thing that we can actually do, since we have 10 Skulltulas, is actually coming back here to the House of Skulltula. And would you look at that? The curse has been broken! Thank you! Here's a reward for you! You got an adult's wallet! Adults are allowed to carry a lot of money. Now you can hold up to 200 rubies. Yeah, it only requires you to get 10 Skulltulas, and then you have access to... You literally just double your capacity for your wallet. I figured I'd pick that up now rather than waiting for later, because we wasted a lot of chests of money in Dodongo's Cavern. There's a lot of things that I'm going to have to buy. But, back on Death Mountain Trail, we can now actually get rid of these walls by blowing them up. We can peek inside, and wouldn't you know it, another Skulltula. We'll pick that one up. We'll ignore you. So I don't see us making much of a great amount of story progress this time around. We are pretty much going to be kind of going around and seeing what our bombs can kind of do in the world for us. And it's mostly going to just be that. Got a chest here. And would you know it, 50 rubies. Now we're above cap. Or our old cap. And if you ever see a ring of stones... am I losing it? Am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking of something else. I thought there was a hole there, but I am losing it slowly. That's perfectly fine. Back in Goron City. Too early. Perfect. Nope. One, you can break this wall open. Which is helpful. But two, you can kind of hold the bomb in front of your face in order to get this Goron to stop moving. Why did you stop me? Don't stop me here. You can't stop my wild rolling. Because wild rolling is the only way to relieve my stress. Now stand in awe of my wild rolling. Something cool and cheeky that you can do. Sure, we'll just pop one here. That opens this up. I'm working on something really cool right now, but I think it's going to take a while. If you can wait 5 or 6 years, it should be ready, okay? Yeah, sure, I'll wait 5 or 6 years. Not. We don't have the time to wait 5 or 6 years. But, secrets aside, I wanted to kind of just show those off really quickly. We're going to head back into the Lost Woods. As we have these lying around the world. Wouldn't you know it? These have chests in them, with various rewards. Heading back over here, we have to do this one more time. I was mistaken. I thought it was on the first time or the second time this gave you the reward that I was thinking of. But no, it requires 3 attempts. That was quite a nice session. As a token of our friendship, please take this. And that was what I was looking for the other episode. Another piece of art, and yet another trek down. We'll want to leave. I'm gonna head back into Kokiri Forest. This is always like easier for me to remember the location. Heading right back in and turning left. And then going right through here, we have this. Not that. That is something we will deal with later. To make your quest easier, I can enable you to pick up more Deku Sticks, but it'll cost you 40 rubies. Okay, deal. Something that took me way too long to find out when I was a little kid. There was a Deku Stick upgrade. You can hold 20 of them now. Navi, I'm purposefully not talking to you. For that, we will come back at a later point in time. There are things that we don't have that we will need to use to complete that. Is it this way? Yes. Problem with the Lost Woods is that there's some secret grottos like this one. I surrender. Return. I will sell you Deku Nuts. 5 pieces for 20 rubies. No. Navi. You win. In return, I will sell you Deku Sticks. 1 piece for 15. No thanks. Well, what is it? Darunius said that the fairy lives on top of Death Mountain. Didn't he? Yes. Yes, he did. Coming over here to where the butterflies are, kind of stepping around a little bit, we have another grotto. That doesn't really seem to be doing anything for us right now. Forest stage. We are waiting to see your beautiful face win fabulous prizes. I forgot what to do here, personally. Looks like we'll have to come back at a later time when I do remember what to do. More rocks, more rocks, more rocks. Ah, this is what I was thinking of. I can make your quest easier. I can enable you to pick up more Deku Nuts, but it'll cost you 40 rubies. Yes. This is what I was actually looking for. Alright, you win. In return, I will sell you Deku Seeds. 30 pieces for 40 rubies. No way. I already have way too much Deku Seeds. And that brings us back to the Sacred Forest Meadow, which we don't really need to mess around with again. We'll head out. Stay here. Yes. No. This one? Yes. And over here. That basically takes care of everything that I can think of off the top of my head for the Lost Woods, but we will end up going back in there in and out throughout our entire adventure for various things. Back in Goron City though, we can head back upstairs and kind of just freely leave. We aren't going to really take care of anything else in Goron City. There are a few secrets here that we can tackle, but I will save them for a later point in time because it makes dealing with them significantly easier when you have different upgrades. And by different upgrades, there are upgrades that we will get in the future that make dealing with those rooms far simpler than what they normally are. Pulling up these rocks, though. Ooh, I probably should have gotten... Oh boy. Well. Back into Goron City so that I can go and buy more bombs, because I am horrible with managing my stuff. Be back in a second. Okay, back again with more bombs. You can just buy them right in the Goron's shop in Goron City. And there we are. And we made a little bit of money back from our failure. Dropping down into this hole, though, we can get loads of money and find a cow, conveniently. I don't know why a cow, but a cow. That is the mooing we are hearing currently. Volcano erupting, yes. I don't feel like getting hit by you. Nor do I feel like getting hit by you. Boing, the current time is 13:31. Up at the top of Death Mountain, we have this, and a semi-mad owl. We have the Great Fairies Fountain. And the logo of the royal family. Or the symbol of the royal family. So why don't we, you know... Welcome, Angel. I am the Great Fairy of Power. I'm going to grant you a sword technique. Receive it now. You mastered the secret sword technique of the spin attack. Hold B and charge your weapon. Release B to unleash a wave of energy with your spin. If you want to release energy without charging your weapon, just rotate the left stick once and press B for a very effective quick spin. When you charge power for a spin attack, magic power will be consumed. Pay attention to your green magic meter. Hey boy, you're a messenger of the royal family, aren't you? Next time you're in their neighborhood, you should drop by a friend of mine who lives by the castle. He'll surely grant you another new power. When battle has made you weary, please come back to see me. And we have acquired magic and a new sword technique, which, if we listen to what she said and let the sword charge up, we get a extended and more powerful spin attack. Just heading inside here, though. Death Mountain Crater. Angel, it's so hot in here. We can't stay here for long. Yes, we have a time limit. 40 seconds on the clock. If we are to stay here any longer, we will be in trouble. We take the time to kind of blow a few things up. The world will now start dropping magic jars for us as well. And heading down here, another grotto. Where we can get bombs. And that maxes out our bomb count. Leaving and re-entering the crater will reset the timer, which is perfectly fine. This up here. Oh, this is up here. And coming up over here, we just have that, which is fine. Let's hop in here really fast so that we don't get a game over screen just from Death Mountain Crater. We are going to, however, leave here and speak to Mr. Owlman willingly. Death Mountain Summit. Entrance of the crater ahead. Beware of intense heat. Woot! Well, it looks like you've grown up a little from the Great Fairy's power. You still don't really look like the hero who will save Hyrule, at least not yet. If you're going back down the mountain, I can lend you a wink. Come here and grab my talons and hold on tight. Woot! And Gabora gives us a flight down. Back into Kakariko Village. Where we find ourselves on a roof? Yeah. Kind of interesting, but what's more interesting is going into that hole and getting a piece of heart. You've completed another heart container. Your maximum life energy is increased. So we go from 5 to 6. And that is going to be it for us today. We don't really have any direction of where we need to go. We could head back to Hyrule Castletown and go see the Great Fairy. Or we could speak to some of our friends to find out where the last spiritual stone may reside. But in any case, we'll have to figure that out next time. So, as always, I've been your host, XFAngel98. If you enjoyed the show and you enjoyed watching, feel free to like, follow, subscribe. And make sure to share things around so that maybe someone else that enjoys Ocarina of Time might enjoy watching this as well. But as always, have a wonderful day and a beautiful night. Cheers!